my first sketchbook tour. It's been raining all day, but like it's kind of sunny now, but cloudy at the same time, so if the light continues to change, I'm sorry, I literally can do nothing about it. So, welcome to my sketchbook tour. Here it is. I'm doing the thing. I am a great YouTuber now. Haha. I'm bullshitting. Anyways, I've been wanting to do a sketchbook tour of this specific sketchbook because seeing other people's sketchbook tours has been kind of helping me, like, give me ideas on how to do spreadsheets, how to doodle, how to do things that just like make a sketchbook more lively and just more diverse. So I wanted to try and, you know, just try my hand at doing a sketchbook tour for myself as well. I'm also really excited to do this because like this sketchbook turned out to be incredibly massive, like this bitch full, holy shit. So I'm just really excited to go through all the stuff that's in here again and just like relive all the memories and all the stuff I've done in the past few months, actually. So this is an fanart A5 sketchbook. It's a local brand, so I don't think you can find them anywhere else really. But they only have like 40 pages, so it's really one of those things that like you can be really easy with and just like fill a whole thing in a month because they don't have a lot of pages. So it's cool. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite sketchbooks because it's also really cheap. And you know, if you're an art student, you just don't have money anymore. So first things first, I wanted to like just show you the cover. These are mostly like stickers and notepads that I bought off on conventions and cons I just went to. I don't know all of the artists for these stickers. 2 of them were I just bought in like a bundle, and they didn't even credit the artist, which was really sad. But these 2 are from 2 local artists I really like. I'm gonna leave their ads on screen so you can go check them out. So let's start this. You see, I was smart here. Before I started recording, I went through the whole sketchbook and covered everything that y'all shouldn't see with sticky notes. So, haha, I'm not gonna dox myself this time. So, again, this is just the brand of sketchbook that I use. And this is just the trigger warning that I put in all my sketchbooks, just so, you know, people can pick if they want or don't want to see my sketchbooks. I put these in every sketchbook I have, just, you know, just for precaution. Okay, so the first page is only a few swatches from some colored pencils my mother got me on Christmas, and these 2 characters, which are from a Mafia I have with Cyanocorax on Tumblr, in which we kind of just used 2 of our OCs, and one of them is like this Mafia lord, who's like the top dog. And then there's this kid who runs into his hideout one day thinking that he's the one responsible for the abduction of his brothers, which he isn't, so he just adopts this street rat without the paperwork. It's just like a feel-good AU, which is really weird because of the topic of the AU. Oh, you'll have to excuse the sketchbook. This thing has been falling apart for like a month now. It's awful, to be honest. This is a Dungeons and Dragons OC I made for a session my brother had. I ended up never using her, but I just wanted to draw her after spending so much time deciding each and every little thing that we had to write out about her. For anybody who cares, she's a wizard tiefling, and she's like this really mean professor who, she low-key loves her students, but she's just like really tough love. I still like her, she's really cute. This was a little doodle I did when I found an art supply I thought I'd lost a long time ago, and I was just kind of shocked because I had just posted about how I tend to lose red color supplies, and after posting that I found the specific art supply I was looking for, which was kind of funny. This is some doodles of a Sonic OC. I was trying to go for a redesign of him, but I ended up never sticking to anything, but I still really like how this page came out. I love how like all the warm tones of brown, just kind of mix in with a really strong yellow highlighter and all the colorful dots. I think it came out really cute still. These are some doodles of a very old Dandy and the Ink Machine OC I had back in the time. His name is Isaac, and I've been trying to bring him back just so I can, you know, have an excuse to draw him again. I've had him for like 6 years now, which is a lot. These were some doodles I did off of ideas that Tumblr gave me once. These are two Sonic OCs I have. This is Bismuth. They are a Metal Sonic and Amy Rose fanchild that was requested by either Bimbo Amy Rose or Daisy Doll on Tumblr. And this is Mentory. She's a fruit bat, Mobian OC, and she's just pure child, kid core vibes. She's really joyful and everything. I love her very much. And this here on the right was a little draw this in your style I found on Instagram by, again, Baguette Enjoyer. I'm actually a huge shipper of Amy Rose and Metal Sonic. I don't know, I think it's like the cute and the menacing. There's just like this unique charm about it. There's a little bit more of Bismuth, their pronouns and what they are, their cyborg hedgehog. These are some small portraits I did with watercolors and the same color pencils I talked about earlier. I'm not a huge fan of them, but like I think they're still pretty decent. Hold on. There you go. They're pretty colorful. I like how all the colors came out. Haha! You see, this was a page I wasn't very proud of, so I just covered it with another page, and now you don't get to see it. Haha. On this side we have more of that guy from the Mafia AU. I just drew him with a more casual attire because when he has to take care of his kid, he can't be just wearing blood-covered clothes all the time. He has to just, you know, look casual, look like a dad. So I tried doing that, but it's kind of hard because he's menacing all the time. In this page, I had just finished watching There's Something About Amy. It's an animated series by Mashed on YouTube. It's really, really good. I love the animation style. The voice acting is really, really good. And I just wanted to draw their version of Amy because she's precious, but she's also incredibly insane, and I love her very much. Bottom, this was a little test that I did with glitter glue that, as the glue was still wet, it looked very, very pretty, but as soon as it dried, it just turned into this very hard, rocky, spiky texture, and I really hated it. And it didn't ruin the whole thing for me, but it was so bad. And here we have Shiver, because my brother was able to drag me into the Splatoon fandom even for a split second. I love her very much. She's very pretty. She's very gender as well. Here's another doodle of There's Something About Amy. It was another one of her designs in the show. Fry from Splatoon 3 with her big ass forehead. I love her very much. On the other page we have a few studies I did of broad-nosed 7-gilled sharks. I found these cards that had like specific marine animals and some facts about them, and I thought it was funny that I could like glue each card to a page, and then on that page I could just draw that animal like for studies. And it went really well here. It's a shame I didn't do it for the rest of the sketchbook, but it was like a really funny one-off thing to do. Another covered page. I wonder what that was. On this side we have a little really sketchy watercolor portrait I did of my dog. He was sleeping on the couch with his head on a pillow, and it was really, really cute, and I wanted to capture that even if it was just like in this very abstract way. And then there's just a doodle of Puka, because for some reason I just had a random urge to draw her. It's always good to draw Puka though, she's really cute. In this page, I had found these two Pokemon cards at a place I'd been, and I had to call this friend to ask him if they were real cards, because I went on the internet and saw that some of these cards sell for a lot of money, like enough to pay lunch. So I just asked my friend if he could help me out finding if these were real cards, because I know there's a lot of fake ones out there. And we ended up coming to the conclusion that they were indeed fake. I ended up gluing them both on my sketchbook just because they were really pretty. And my friend runs this Waluigi propaganda page, so I just imagined me and like Waluigi trying to find if these cards were actually real. It was a silly idea, but I still like it. And on this side, we have a Meet the Artist thing. I can't believe I've never done one of those before. They're really fun to do. You can just like pick your favorite outfit and draw yourself in it and then just write a bunch of stuff. It's really cool. On this page, this is a doodle of this really nice girl who told me my outfit was really cool when we were waiting for our McDonald's orders. Like, I could tell she was really shy, but it was just like so cool having somebody just who I didn't know tell me like, hey, your clothes are really cool. Like, it's just this huge serotonin boost. It just made my whole day. On the other side, we have this bowl of miso soup. Miso ramen? I don't know how to call it, I'm sorry. That I had the night before and I just tried drawing it again here. It's kind of a meh, but it works. We are going to ignore this. And look, it's them again. I just really like drawing them. Like whenever I don't know what to draw but I need like to fill a spot in the page, I just draw Metal and Amy. They're my favorite characters, like just separated, but as a ship they're so cute for some reason. I don't know. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention, this wonderful washi tape is by this person who I found at a convention, and I found this one which was like blue and pink with like ocean creatures and angels, and I thought it was just so beautiful and I needed it. Here's White again, but I think I drew him as like Owl from Howl's Moving Castle, because everybody has to draw one of their characters as a Howl's Moving Castle character eventually. At the bottom here we have Rebecca's team. She's a character from Monster High. She's actually one of my favorite characters, and I do have her doll. She's just really cute robot lady. And here on this side we have more of the Mafia AU stuff. We have White and his tiny son Silver. We had this idea where White would actually find Silver in a cardboard box just outside one day, but we ended up kind of just jumping between the two origin stories because we don't know which one we like the most. In this page, I really just wanted to draw some comfort characters. I don't think I was having that good of a day, so I just decided to draw some characters that I really liked, like Darkrai and Alicia from one of the Pokemon movies. We have Gladys from Portal, and Aku from Samurai Jack. It was at this point I realized my comfort characters are either assholes, evil, dead, or all of the above, which is... I mean, it's a trend, I guess. I do have a type. So a few weeks ago, there was this leak on Twitter about this supposed plot for Sonic 3. It ended up not being true, but in there mentioned that Metal Sonic might make an appearance. And I was so excited because he was my favorite character and everything, so I just wanted to draw him in the style of the movie. Just some more random doodles, just on the left side some OCs I have, and on the right side, this was a day I went out with my friends and we went to see Bullet Train, and it was really nice. And there was this Disney store at the place that we were in, but it recently closed, and I was really sad because it was one of my favorite places in the whole world. So I just drew some of my favorite Disney characters for comfort. There's Mickey Mouse, Mabel and Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls, there's Ariel from The Little Mermaid, Oswald from Epic Mickey, and Jack and Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Here we have some more Isaac, still trying to figure out his design a little bit. I want him to look not as detailed as he previously was. I wanted to lean in more on the style of the whole 1920s cartoons and all the sepia tones, but I still want him to be a big boy, so I'm trying to find a middle ground with that. And on the other side, we have these doodles I did of White as a biblically accurate angel. I'm pretty sure that was like a meme or joke I'd made with somebody and then ended up actually drawing it. We have some more doodles of Isaac and another character that is going to be in the EU. We have some doodles of some of White's goons from the Mafia U. This is Lawrence and this is Bruno. And then we have some doodles of that same Metal Sonic movie design I did. Somebody on Tumblr said that little vents above his eyes kind of looked like eyebrows, and I thought that was just such a cute thought. They wouldn't really work like eyebrows, but I wanted to just ignore reality for a minute and just imagine that they were indeed eyebrows, and he could emote with them, and it was really cute. Now we just have some doodles of two more of my Sonic OCs. We have White Neo and Mentory. For some reason I really like to pair them up like in sketches, because like White has the whole vibe of like this really scary authoritarian figure that just imposes fear on others, and then you have the tiny, clueless, naive, innocent child. They just play off each other really well, and I really like to draw them. Another doodle of White, and we're not gonna talk about that. We have some more doodles of Isaac. I drew him as Reddingen from The Great Mouse Detective because Isaac actually used to be like a villain, but then I kind of changed that a little bit and made him just a main character and not a villain. He had exactly the vibes that Redigan had, so I thought I would draw him in Redigan's outfit just because it just fits. And on the other side, we have some doodles I did a few months after watching the Lightyear movie. I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but I really liked what other people were doing. So I kind of just went ahead and just designed an OC for just the whole Lightyear universe in general and just stuck with that. And then on the bottom we have some fan art for My Red Blurple, I think, on Tumblr. They also have this AU with Zerg and everything, and I thought I really should make fan art for them because it's really cool and I love the way they draw their characters. We have some more Metal and Amy, now with Tails and Sonic. That was specifically for another AU I have, where it's all kind of like more bubbly and colorful and everything's kind of like still in the classic mode, like everything's just cute and very picturesque and cartoony, and I just stuck with that. And then on the other side we have the Badnik Hotel AU I have with Barry on Tumblr. I'm so sorry, I can't remember your full ad. I will leave it on screen as per usual, but we have this really cute AU which is like just a bunch of ROCs in the place of has-been hotel characters. I thought it was really cute just because like we came up with some really cute designs, and I was just so happy with like the whole vibe and aesthetic of the AU. I love it so much. These are some doodles I made for the Lightyear AU I was making. I have a huge difficulty drawing mecha characters, so drawing Zerg was a pain in the ass. So I tried mixing in my cartoony style with him and try to see like what I could come up with that still looked like a robot, but was more leaned in the more cartoony style. And I think I kind of did it. I think it looks fine. On this page, I had just finished watching Nope, and I was ecstatic. It was like 3 a.m. and I got my sketchbook out and I just started doodling, and then I didn't like a lot of the things I doodled, so I just glued more doodles on top of it, and now we have this. There's not a lot to see, but like I still really like the whole aesthetic I tried to pull here with like all the color schemes kind of matching the characters. I was just ecstatic at the time, so I just drew some of my favorite screen caps from the movie. So we have some doodles of Clyde. He's an OC from a YouTuber I really like called Pastor. And they make like these small essays on horror games that they like, on just other projects that they're really passionate about. And they are also an artist, so I thought I could draw one of his OCs. And I love his art, it's really cool, and I wanted to just try my hand at drawing one of his OCs. There's nothing much on the other side, just a little flyer I got at a camera store, and I didn't do much with it. Here we have some more doodles of Isaac, because again, I'm trying to pin down his design. It's a real pain, but I think I'm getting there. And on the other side, we have some small self-portraits I did. We just left to take a few pictures for my passport that day, and we got so many of them, oh my god, that I thought I would just draw myself as I was dressed in the picture. This was just a huge piece of paper that I just glued in here, like completely without cutting or even like separating the two sheets of paper. I just slapped it in here. I was trying to do like a human redesign of one of my Sonic characters, and I really liked the facial expressions I got and how I just did like his facial features, and I didn't want to throw that away, so I just glued it in here. And these are just a few cards I got from a restaurant and a museum I went to with my friends. This was right at the last day of August, so Gravity Falls universe, Dipper and Mabel's birthday is at the 31st of August, so I kind of just wanted to draw something to celebrate it. On the other side, we have a very old drawing I did of Bill, Mabel, Dipper, the Mystery Shack, some journals. I did back in 2016, I think? I found it and I wanted to glue it here because I thought it would be funny to like compare how much my art has evolved. And under it, we have some very, very old Gravity Falls OCs I have that I never did anything besides giving them a very vague plot and a really cool design. Haha, stroking my own ego. But I really liked them and I thought it would be funny to slap them in there too. Most of these were specifically requests I got on Tumblr to draw Metal and Amy with. Again, specific to that really cartoony AU I have with them. And on the other side, we have this very old FNAF OC I had. Her name was Melinda, and she was a very tiny child who wandered off into sister location and was never seen again. She had a bigger plot than that, but I don't remember it anymore, which is a little sad. But I wanted to try and do like a semi-realistic portrait of her if she was like an actual kid, and it's not amazing, but like I don't usually draw realistic stuff, and I don't know, I'm kind of proud of it. I also did this really tiny innard on a small post-it note I had, and then just wrote out some of the quotes from the gang to fill in space. Here we just have a few more doodles of that Mafia AU with white and silver, and I love them very much, and I don't know what else to say in these parts. They are just extremely cute to draw. I don't need to give more context. Look at them, look at them, look at them. These were the start of some doodles I made of another Bendy and the Ink Machine OC I had called Beast. He is going to be the main villain of the AU I'm making. I'm revamping, rebooting, I don't know. He was my favorite character I made, my favorite like OC of all time, because he was one of the only characters that every time I drew him, it just went well. I think he was created with my specific art style in mind, because he's very stretchy, he's very cartoony, but he's always very over the top with his expressions, and that's something I tend to do a lot. I really like going overboard with expressions, so seeing how well it worked with him, I just wanted to give it a try and redo them all at once. Here we have some more miso soup. It wasn't as good as the last one, but it was fine. We have some Pokemon cards I got at a convention once, more doodles of the Ben and Ink Machine OCs, trying to do some world building, and answering asks on Instagram. I wasn't really into drawing that day, so I kind of just grabbed a few things that I really liked and I just slapped them in there. We have like Pokemon cards and receipts and restaurant cards and just loose pieces of paper. I was just in a collage mood that day. This one was a bit of a joke I made about my own sketchbook. It was at that time that I noticed it was starting to get really chunky, it was falling apart a lot, I had to glue it, really messy, but I made this joke about how my sketchbook was so thick I could design a hembo out of it. And then I realized the pain of my own existence, because I'm an artist. If I give myself an idea, I have to do the idea. So there you go, my sketchbook as a hembo. There you go. He's here now, he exists, I kinda regret it. And then I just kind of had a moment of weakness, and we're not gonna talk about it. If you know, you know. I think it was around this time that I realized I was slowly but steadily getting back into my Gravity Falls phase, because I just kept doodling all the characters even after that one like anniversary project was done. Oh my god. I thought it was kind of funny that just now I was getting back into this very old fandom. So we have a very stylized Mabel and a surprise bill cipher that I did with some highlighters and anything I had on my pencil case. On this side we have a tiny doodle I did for... how do you pronounce that name? Asbestos? On Tumblr. It was their birthday. They asked me to draw a very tiny Amy with a really big raspberry, and I thought that was so cute, so I just did that. And this was a little thing I did with the receipts for my medication, because like it's a lot of paper to throw out at once, so I thought it was really cool if I just like did one of those things where like you pull the piece of paper and then there's just art on it for some reason. I thought it was a really fun idea. I'm just kind of sad that you can't really see it that well. But here it is. Here it is. It was just this very tiny idea that kind of worked. And I was really happy with it. This was the day Vandalize came out. Okay, so the official Sonic pages all across different social medias have been posting about this new Sonic game that's going to come out in November called Sonic Frontiers. And on that specific day, they had released the ending theme of the game called Vandalize. It was 1 a.m. and I stood up listening to that song until about 3 because the song slapped. It was really good, and I don't think people were expecting it to be as good as it was. So to go along with 100 of times that I heard the song on loop, I just decided to draw some Sonics, specifically redraw a few screen grabs I got from the various trailers. I really love how they came out because I've never quite done anything this good and similar to an image. So I was just really proud of it. Those are some doodles I did with these ballpoint pens that I got, and there's this really cool technique I learned from somebody, which is like you can fill in spaces with ballpoint pens and then use an alcohol marker, like just a blender that is only alcohol, there's no color in there, to like make the lines go a little blurry and it fills in the space better. So I tried doing that and it came out really well. I love how these doodles came out. I specifically really like this little Cosmo and this tiny angry bill cipher. They came out so cute. I'm so happy with this page. And on the other side we have just a few more Metal Sonic and Amy doodles. These were specifically requests I got on Tumblr for just cute stuff they could be doing on their spare time. This page looks kind of messy. I wasn't really in the mood to draw that day, so again, there's a lot of like collaging. There's this like piece of a package I got with like some... I don't know the name of this, but I'll put it up on screen again. I thought they would be really good, but no, they sucked. It was really bad, they stinked, and I'm never eating those again. Also, I forgot to tell you, the Queen of England died that day. I guess she can die, after all. There you go. And on the other page, we have the whole reason why there's a disclaimer at the beginning. This is a Sonic.exe COC, which is like this Metal Sonic that starts harvesting other characters' parts to build himself a real flesh body. I think this was inspired by a Vocaloid song. Again, I'll put it on screen if I find it. But it was really fun. I love drawing him because, like, I really like drawing the cute stuff and all the hugsies and the wholesome things. But deep down, I'm a horror artist. I love the blood, I love the gore, I love the scares, and there's not a lot of times I get to draw stuff like that. So whenever I get the chance, I just go ham with it. I had a really bad day, if you couldn't tell by the doodles. I broke my headphones, And then I took the bus to the shopping mall where I bought new headphones, and some asshole on the bus shoved me so hard he broke my new headphones. I was so pissed that day because I was just so overwhelmed and just angry that I just had an awful day and I didn't dream much. Again, I'm very angry and my suffering baby. I unironically really like this sketch. The good thing about that day was that Splatoon 3 came out that day, so I just sat down with my brother watching him play, and I realized I really liked Small Fry. Very a chaotic child. I just love him very much. And also Random Bill for the soul. My brother said something that had huge Bill Cipher vibes, which was like, these aren't grapes, these are eyeballs. I don't remember the context for that, but I think it's better if I don't. These were all specifically requests I asked for. I was almost finishing the sketchbook and I just wanted to get it done with as soon as possible because, again, it was falling apart, it was getting really chunky, really heavy, and hard to carry around. So I just wanted to get done with it as soon as possible. So I went to Tumblr and I asked for a few doodle requests, and this is what we came out with. We had a few Werehogs, Metal Sonic and Amy, Metal Werehog again, we had a little Zerg, and another two of my OCs, Mentory and Pearl, as Sonic and the Black Knight characters. I unironically really like the medieval style, but I usually forget that game exists, which is sad because it has such an aesthetic. It's so pretty. Again, there's not a lot of stuff at the end of the sketchbook. I really was just trying to get it done with. These were just some cereals I got that I really loved, and to not forget what they were, I just glued them in here. At the bottom we have a small watercolor doodle of White and his tiny son Silver. I love them very much still. We have some leaves I got from my mother's bonsai, and on the other side we have just a few messy doodles of faces and just mindless doodling that I'm not a huge fan of, but like I just wanted to get this sketchbook done with, and I was so close. And as a final page, I just decided to draw a very tiny chibi doodle of myself, just tired beyond belief, and just like say goodbye to the sketchbook like, bitch, I'm not gonna see you in a while, haha. I just really like how it came out. Like, it's very simple, and I think that's just such a funny way to end this sketchbook. Like, this sketchbook has been a mess. There's glued and stuff, there's like receipts, there's random pieces of paper, there's food wrappers, there's everything under the sun glued on this sketchbook. And I thought it would be really fucking funny if I just did a very simplistic doodle to cap it all off. And that's exactly what I did. And that's pretty much it. That's the end of the sketchbook. Thank you very much for watching. If you have, I don't know if there's anybody still left here. There you go. I don't usually plug stuff, but like, here's all my social medias. And have a nice one. Bye!